5 a.m. This is the time at which I am waking up most days nowadays. However, this was not always so. In fact, not only could I not envision myself as an early bird, I took pride in being a night owl. So I changed. Let me introduce to you my first vehicle. El Bolido. That's how I called it, which is to say, the race car. On this vehicle, I would breeze by 10 kilometers in 50 minutes and freeze in the early evening, 3:45 p.m. to be more precise. Sounds excruciating, right? It was, at times. There were many days where I just hate to pack my stuff, get on the saddle, and pedal back and forth just to do it all over the next day. And I did it all over the next day. On this vehicle, I go to work, I go get my groceries, I go meet people, I go on rides. Rides after which I could get around a little bit better, while appreciating the various landscapes in the process. On this vehicle, I realized my body could take me far. That was on land. What about off land? This was taken in the first Cluta Sayaria, which is a socializing event here that we make in Cluta, and this was specifically in July 2017. In this event, we had the opportunity to give rowing a try, and the timing was just about right. I have been wanting to try rowing for quite a while back then, and I have to tell you, I was disappointed. The technique, exceedingly simple, yet a hassle to get right. The crewmate in front of me, a klutz, because it turns out he was as experienced as I was, and the hands. The oars give you blisters all over it. It was deeply frustrating. So I went back next week. From then on, a series of events took place. I got the hang of rowing, just to lose it again, because it turns out I hadn't gotten it in the first place. I took a leave of absence in the winter and returned after being within a whisker of quitting altogether. You see, before I went MIA, people spoke half jokingly, half enthusiastically about partaking in competitions and preparing for those competitions in unseemly hours. People, 12 p.m., 6 a.m., I wanted to show up, but wouldn't. I felt excluded. Yet, nobody had ever made any move to cast me out. The ugly truth? I was jealous. I was jealous of the motivation, of the determination, of the discipline these people could muster, unlike me. And I couldn't bear it, nor admit it to myself. So I ran. I ran and returned because the thought of leaving without ever finding out whether I could be a good rower was just unbearable. They say that the very least you must do to be successful is to give away bad habits. Moreover, these bad habits must give way to good habits, and they must all be focused on a single goal if you actually want them to stick. Throughout my entire life, I surround myself with books, video games, and movies. But I've also always nurtured a deep appreciation for sports and for the great feats of endurance, flexibility, and strength grit can come to accomplish. Serendipitously, I stumbled upon one of the most effective sports to cultivate these physical traits. And all I have to do is to get in, shut up, sit down, and start rowing. If being any good at rowing entails that I must get up at 5 a.m., so be it. This is how the night owl made way for the early bird.